Welcome back to our channel. We are doing exactly what is said on the tin. We are going to have the BiFold doors being installed today, and me and Stephen are going to be doing the floating floor. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We have been doing a single story extension here in Milwaukee in Glasgow, and it has been absolutely fantastic. So you have got a lot to catch up on because of loads of previous videos. If you've been following along with the series, thank you ever so much. It has been so much fun and I've absolutely loved documenting it, and I've really enjoyed hearing all your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. So throughout the video, please feel free to leave as many as you want. First thing we're doing is all the flooring is here in the garage. Now we're going to be moving this through to where we're going to be working today. These are the battens as well, just here. They're the battens. Going to be moving them through and we're going to be bringing them in here, and the reason why we're wanting to bring them all in here first is because we've got a plasterboard delivery that's coming this afternoon, and also the manufacturing company is coming to install the BiFold doors, so we want to make sure that we are inside and we're not going to be out their way. Also, we are no longer blessed with the Scottish 2-week summer that we had to the sunshine. We're back to rain and grey skies and misery. So we're just going to move all the flooring in here first, and then we'll get cracking and get started. Oh, and I've got a new toy, a new tool to play with coming right up in the video. See you soon. Now this is my new toy that I recently purchased. This is a laser receiver. So basically what we do is we're going to set this laser up anywhere in the room, and we're going to create a datum line around the room. So that'll be at one set height. And then we'll put our laser up, and then we'll attach it to a big shaft like so. And then we'll put it up and down, and that will tell us if the floor is level. Now this concrete pad should be perfect. I was promised by the foundation team that when they did it, it's going to be absolutely a-okay. Obviously if we're working with like 5-10 mil, nah, I wouldn't even say as much as that. We've got a bit of tolerance in it, right? So we've obviously got to tie into the existing kitchen and the existing, there's like a small bedroom back there with the staircase in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit the full extension nice and level and make sure that is all perfect, because there's dividing walls in here, so that will get divided up, and then what we'll do is we'll deal with each room individually. Yesterday, or in a previous video, depends when you're watching this, we had to lift all the existing flooring in the kitchen. Now the existing flooring in the kitchen, what we thought was just laminate flooring. Turns out when we lifted it, there was additional laminate flooring and lino. There was like 4 different layers of flooring in there. So I have a feeling that the kitchen floor is going to be a little bit lower than the new extension, which is fine because we're going to rectify that by putting plywood down, because we need to bring it back up so that the end panels and everything will look finished to the floor when we put our final finished floor down. I hope all that makes sense. Let's get this receiver open and let's get cracked on with the day. I'm going to test various points through the concrete pad first. Found a stick on the ground and I'm not afraid to use it. Got all this power in my hand and I'm gonna fucking abuse it. Jody catch! Right, what we're doing now is trying to get this thing to be quiet. Right, so I've set up my receiver, my big shaft. I've also put a laser over there on the wall. What we're going to do is I've just set it up so that it's in the middle of the room. It'll beep, and we're going to go to either side of the extension in different points and find out where's the low spots, the high spots first. Right, that's it there. Right, sound, so we'll go over this corner. That's pretty level there, which is good. We'll go back to this corner over here. See how we're lower there, so it needs to come up this side. We're talking millimetres, perfectly level there. Right, you can be quiet there. So I'm quite happy with the concrete pad. That's all pretty level within like 2-3 mil. We're not going to pack any of the battens up. The battens are just going to go straight on the deck with the DPC underneath it and flooring right on top. All I'm going to do now is find the difference between this room and the kitchen to see if there's any difference between them. Oh, I like the quieter noise. Yeah, that's that height sorted. So let's see how different this is. Right, they're both pretty level. These 2 rooms are level. So these 2 floors are roughly the same height. So they're thin like 2-3 mil. Again, we're not going to be splitting hairs over this. So what we need to figure out now is we need to figure out if when we put our battens down, will the floor tie in with the existing finished floor. So here's the exposed joist. So I'm going to move my laser to that. Right, after checking all the levels, I'm fairly happy that when we put it on this joist here, I turned the beating off because that would do your heating. Right, when we put it on this joist here, which is the existing joist of the existing house, it's level. When we go over to the other side and put it on the existing joists, they are both equally level. I put a batten down in the middle of the floor because I know the floor is level within 2 to 3 mil, and when I check it there, again, it's level. So the concrete pad is actually perfect. When we did the slap through, I did say to Sean to add on 10 mil for the levels, and I think that's all worked in well, even considering when we had additional laminate flooring to lift. So we should be able to put the battens down straight onto the floor, and hopefully the new chipboard flooring should tie in within millimetres. So let's see how we go with that. Let's cut up all the battens first. And the first batten size is 3x250. Right, we'll set them out like that, right, all the way along, and then you can put the DPC on them. Well, we are cracking on with putting these battens down and getting them ready with the DPC. Behind me, the BiFold doors are being fitted, so here's some snippets of that being done. Okay, so you might be wondering, Chris, why on earth are you not fitting these BiFold doors yourself? And there's a couple of different reasons behind that, and they're bloody good ones. Okay, so number one, obviously we are project managing and we're spinning a lot of plates in this job, so if we can offload 1 or 2 tasks to the experts, we're absolutely going to take advantage of that. Now, dealing with the Scottish Bigold Company, they were an absolute great company to work with. This was the first time that we had actually used them, and the ordering process was so simple. We literally told them what we wanted, the guys came out to site, they measured up and they went away, manufactured it, and 2 weeks later, here they are. The 3 guys turned up, they're installing them, and it was really simple. It literally took them like less than an hour, and that would have probably took me a full day to install these doors. Now, when you're installing the BiFold doors, if you are willing to take on the task yourself, I would highly recommend you read all the manufacturer's instructions. Now, it's really important that when it comes to the glazing aspect of the BiFolds, you heel and toe your glass correctly, because that is how BiFolds operate. They all go off the weight of the glass, counterbalancing themselves, and it means it's going to operate nice and smoothly along the rails. So I hope you've enjoyed this process, and I hope you've learned something from it. Aye, and let's get on with the rest of the video. Oh, penalty. Right, so that's the BiFolds fitted. Hallelujah, we're winding watertight, absolutely amazing. We have been in this corner kind of working out where we're going to be going round and putting the first set of battens down where we're doing that. I'm just going to quickly show you these BiFolds operating because I think they're super cool and just really amazing. So, handle up nice and easy like that, and it's literally no weight at all. You just need to watch your fingers so they don't get caught in that bit with the windhoof. That would be a saurian. So look how good that looks. Nice inside outside living. Could you imagine this in the summer when this is all nice and landscaped? It's going to be amazing. So what we are focusing on for the next part of the day is getting this row right here finished all the way along, and once that is done, we'll have a then straight bit to just work off of really quickly, and this floor will go down a lot faster because here we had pipes to go round, we've got this bit to go round, the wall, etc. It was all a bit of a igglety-picklety in and outsies. Loads to get through. Let's see if we can get this row finished before lunchtime. Right, I'm just going to put yours here, and hopefully you can see as we work along how simple this is. Just literally dropping the battens into place, measuring out the 400s, and then putting the next couple of boards in, and that's going to strengthen up our floor all the way along and keep us tying in nice and tight. This process should be pretty simple and pretty straightforward, so keep watching, you might learn something. We're going to go here, bro. Don't know if I've said this already, but we're using the D4 glue. It expands and it's really good. The only downside is it goes all over the bottle and it goes all over your hands. You can put duct tape around the bottle and it's a good wee tip to stop it from going over your hands, but just man up about it and get it down. Right, sorted, you're in. Piece of cake, pal. Right, another great tip for getting your boards in nice and tight is get an off cut of wood. put it in, get your heavy hammer and get a good whack. See how that tightened up the joins there? Beautiful, bro. Screw it up, mindful of the pipes. While you screw it up, I'm going to get the next battens ready, right? There's a battens there, bro. $400. It's kind of like sheeting the roof. It gets easier as the day goes on. Aye. Like when you start getting the first good couple of boards done. 400. This is heavy good teamwork. Putting the DPC on. I'm just firing the battens in. Teamwork makes dream work. This is the right one, right on our board, bro. Just marking out the pipes again. Right, just need to get the how do you do. Sorted in. Right up to me, Stephen. Keep going. Beauty. Just should be careful, man, the pipes. Right, we're almost done working our way up and getting the straight row in that we wanted all the way along. Have a little look. There's Stephen's butt as well. Now I just want to point out a few things to note when you're doing chipboard flooring. Notice how we've staggered the joins. So like it's kind of like a tile effect or like a brick bond effect. We'll never have the same row join in the same time. And it's important that you put your rows in all the way and make sure they're nice and tight. That's why this one's not in just now, because once we get this final board right all the way along here, that will straighten up this one and then it will bring it right along and we'll be absolutely sorted. Something really important to do is make sure you mark your pipes. Now I've just put a mark here with pen and I'll do one the other side when we get to here, and we'll ping chop lines and then we'll go over and we'll mark them with actual perme pen. I might even get the spray paint out if I'm feeling creative and want to go mental. So we're going to get this last straight in and then we're going to go for lunch. It's going to be a Subway day. I don't have lunch with me. Right, we're past all the difficult parts now. We've got a clear, good run at this. You can see we've got the 2 rows in nice and tight. We've just put this last wee piece in here. We're just going to fire right on now and get all of this complete. You'll see we've also complete all of the battens all the way right along. And as we're going, we'll just double check that they're all at 400 centres as per the drawing. They've all got DPC under them as well. Once we've done this part, we're going to go back and we're going to infill these parts here. I'm going to lift this board up so that we can get a good size of board right over this threshold, because it's probably going to be a high traffic area. As well as that, we've also got some bits to repair here tying in. Again, we'll make sure that's a good size bit for a high traffic area. So we're really happy with how this has gone down. It was really challenging this morning. Obviously we had the BiFold team here. It's currently 1:15. We're going to see if we can get this full thing done for 2 o'clock, and then that leaves another hour in the day where we can get all the rest of the wee snagging bits done. So let's see how we go. Not bad, that's 5 to 2.
Is it?
Get a lot of trip done in the next 5 minutes. We did it in 45 minutes. Finished the floor. Looks brilliant, man. Gonna get my dancing shoes on tomorrow because it's Friday. Absolutely buzzing. That whole thing took us 61 minutes in total to get the last 3 rows down, so it doesn't take long at all. Obviously it took us a good couple of hours this morning to get it all set up, get it straight, get it in line, get the first couple of battens down, but once you've got it in a good rhythm, you've staggered the boards, you've marked all your joists, you've marked where the pipes are so you're not going to screw into them, you can absolutely fly through it. Flying trips. Right, last job of the day. What we're doing is we're going round and we marked it all with a pen where all the pipes are, but this is a bit overkill, but we know that one of us dummies will end up screwing through the floor when we build the internal wall, so we're just going to spray it with spray paint. Now there's no question, and if somebody puts a nail into one of the pipes, then they're a dummy. Sorted. Well, we're almost finished for the day. That is the flooring done, and it just shows you how good we actually are at our job without being big-headed. It's the one and only Bigold Double G. We have got a perfect threshold right through from the existing house into the new property, and that's all from the foundations and the setting out and making sure everything's perfect. I always set begin as you mean to go on and make sure everything is good and sound and all the levels are checked and everything double, triple checked, because it's just an absolute nightmare. You end up having to screed the floor and bring it up, but we're flush right through both sides. Both sides, if I do say so myself. We have the lovely BiFolds now fitted, operating perfect. The very kind man from the BiFold Company went round and foamed up all of the windows as well, so we're fully wind and watertight, which is excellent. We've loaded up all the plasterboard for tomorrow's shift, and we're going to be sheeting the ceilings and sheeting all the external walls, all the kit walls, and hopefully we can move on to even building some internal walls. We completed the floating floor. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next exciting episode where we've got a very special guest coming to join us.